Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? Just want to see if anybody can hear me. Can you hear me all right? What's that? Cool, excellent. All right, it's showtime. It's 12 noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, and 10 a.m. Pacific. And it's time for me to own up to my promise to take part in the Paqui One Chip Challenge 2. If you don't know me, my name is Coyote Duran. I'm a copy content editor for ringtv.com, the official website of the Ring magazine, and I'm also an independent artist. And if you already know me, I'm really, really sorry. I wanted to accept the Paqui One Chip Challenge. It's this little thing right here. It is a coffin with the hottest tortilla chip in the world included in it. I've seen this challenge before, years past, and I never tried it because we didn't carry it in our stores. This year it was like a sign, so they they were carrying it over at the Speedway, the local Speedway, and then one morning after I left my third shift, soul sucking, disheartening job, but that's a whole other story. My man Luke Sparling knows exactly what I'm talking about. He just joined. Good to see you, my brother. I went to the local supermarket to do my daily morning shopping, and I saw this right there in the display, just standing right there. As soon as you walk through the door, I'm like, "That's fate. That's fate." And I saw the price. It's $7 for this little thing, for this little coffin of doom. Um, so yeah, $7 for one tortilla chip. I've said in social media, my dad would probably be very disappointed because he knows the meaning of a buck, the value of a buck, and the value of a good tortilla chip. So this would be way over the top. It's one of the hottest things ever, from what I can ascertain, what I've seen on, YouTube videos, like all these people doing this year's challenge, and it's extremely hot, and people have varying responses. It's strange. I don't know if it has to do with physiology or mentality or whatever. This right here, just to bring up to speed, I love hot food. I love hot peppers. I could eat them all the time. I've eaten them for years. The absolute hottest pepper that I will actually eat is a habanero. And just to give you an idea of the difference between the habanero and the peppers that are in this little coffin of love, a habanero has a range on the Scoville heat scale from 150,000 to 300,000. Well, the two peppers that are involved in this, the Carolina Reaper and the Scorpion pepper, the Carolina Reaper rates 1,700,000 on the Scoville scale. The Scorpion pepper rates 1,200,000. So we're taking a giant leap here. And this is not to say I haven't been prepping by just watching people. And I'll give you a couple of examples that I thought were really extraordinary this week. There's this one YouTube guy. He goes by the name of Pyro Pit Bull. Got 25 of these, ate 25 of these in one sitting in 31 minutes. There were no cuts, no edits, nothing like that, no nonsense. He sat there. He ate every single one of them. My daughter, Michaela, watched it I watched it the second time, and she joined in, and she couldn't believe it. And then there was another YouTuber, I think going by the name of, my note here, goes by the name of KTB Saucy. Young woman, very, very, peppy and whatnot. And I guess she does the whole, training, I guess for their term, with hot sauce and peppers, etc. Builds up her tolerance. And she seemingly got through this challenge like a champ. In her video, there were cuts, though. And I'd like to give her the benefit of the doubt. And I'm sure she did well anyway, because it was like, it just didn't seem like there were any lingering effects. And if there was anything that was affecting her, she was really fighting it and suppressing it. And she did a hell of a job. So, yeah, it's got a little warning on the back. One chip. I've seen these before. They just look insane and they look difficult. So I'm trying to strategize a way around it with, minimal physical repercussions, if you will. This is sealed. There's tape on it. So we've cut away the tape here. And I will cut away the tape right here on this edge with my little X-Acto. I'll sheathe that. Safety first. Let's put that away. I'm a madman, Mr. Sparling says. Luke Sparling out of Iowa. One of my favorite people. A real true brother. I'm going to put my eyeballs on real quick, and I'm going to read this to you. We got the One Chip Challenge criteria. It's got the little, whatever the heck this is. What to expect. One, it comes in stages. Number 1 is a tongue takeover. Number 2 is shock the senses. Number 3, surge of tears. I don't doubt it. 4 is a jolt to the gut. I've had one of those before. And number 5 is a voltage overload. So, yeah, it's pretty laid out pretty much the way. We got the individually wrapped chip. Oh, there goes the box. One moment. I'll grab this here. And this little blue number, the Paqui One Chip Challenge 2022. I apologize for the orientation of my video being backward. I'm not a fan of that. It's not backward? Oh, cool. Then mine's backward. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, you want to take a look at it? My daughter's taking a look at it. Don't open it.
I know. Hold on, have it go in front of the camera so that people can see me.
Well, okay, fine. But also, when I eat this, you're going to have to, because I'm going to need some room to breathe. I need to prep. But yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? All right.
And lots of people know that you are going to have to try and eat that without drinking without drinking any milk or having anything to cool yourself down.
That's exactly right. And we've got this little scale here. If you can last 1 minute, only 1 minute before consuming anything, whether it's a beverage or food, you are powerless. 10 minutes lasting means you are powerful. 30 minutes means supercharged. And 1 hour means you are invincible. Well, I'd like to say that anybody who's done this, I know people have done it. Good buddy of mine, Chris Guzman, has done it. A member of our family, Jeremy Frederickson, has done it. Goose lasted about 20 minutes. Jeremy lasted maybe about 2 or 3. But I don't see a level of weakness. You've done it, and that's like more than I can say. A lot of people can say you took the dare, you consumed the chip. It's like, dude, that's pretty cool. You're a badass when you do that. Yes.
Since I know how much you really love spicy food and you love eating with those spicy peppers.
Sure.
As long as you said that you're going to be fine when you eat the chip, then I'll be okay with it.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna eat the chip.
And a little hug for good luck.
Thanks, baby.
I love you, Dad.
I love you too. Thank you. Thank you. Just so you know, I'm gonna go ahead and open this thing right now. I'm gonna give it a little whiff test and give you an idea of what this thing smells like. Hard to say. Doesn't really smell like much. Now look at that. It's intact too. You see a lot of chips, they will break within their little, dealie here. And that doesn't really smell like much. I mean, there's a lot of people that immediately start coughing or whatever. So what I'm going to do, let me take these off, actually. I don't need those right now. I'm not just going to jam it in my mouth. I'm not going to take multiple bites. What I am going to try to do is maybe divvy it up a little bit and then stack it upon itself. Like that. And no, I'm not like exchanging it with some sort of chocolate cookie. See, I'll be able to eat. All right, I'm just going to have to go for it, right? I got 2 piles here. I got this one, I got this one, all right? Y'all ready? All right. Mind you, I can't do anything or eat anything after this, which is a real pain in the butt for me because I almost always have a drink here at my workstation, whether it's a beer, a cocktail, bottled water, fruit punch. It doesn't matter. Maybe diet soda. So going this long, I already feel like my mouth is getting dry. So here we go. Bottoms up. Wish me luck. Pray for me.
How does it taste?
Not horrible. I gotta tell you, not horrible at all. The tongue.
Oh my gosh, your tongue is actually blue.
Thank you. This is a hard thing to chew through because it's so thick and dry, okay? The heat pushes forward, hits the tip of your tongue, surrounding your tongue. Oh, also, we got to make sure we keep our hands clean. Honey, can you do me a favor? Can you bring me a couple wipes?
Sure.
Thanks, dude. No, I don't know. Really don't know. It's hot. Oh, here's another factor, okay? You swallow a little bit like you're swallowing saliva. It burns on the way down.
I got two.
Put it in palm. Palm, honey. Thank you. Ha!
Your tongue is really blue.
Yeah, that's the blue number 5 that's in the, it's a food coloring.
Like Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's, it lingers. It sticks around. Scratch my temple here. It's just there. I don't really. It feels like you're kind of getting stabbed, you know?
Stabbed in the mouth?
In the tongue.
Oh, on the tongue.
But like it's still kind of like hanging there, not like or anything like that. It's just there. That was another thing I promised that no matter how weird and crazy this challenge got, if it got weird and crazy, I would do my best not to swear, curse, use profanity. Okay, now it's kind of moving inward.
How much spice do you feel right now?
Quite a bit.
A bit? Wow.
Quite a bit. Yeah. But it's not the worst thing. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. It's confusing.
I mean, most likely other YouTubers mostly just freak out immediately when they try it.
Well, you know, YouTubers are human too. Yeah. Hold on a second here. Paper towel. Swallowing. The swallowing. If you didn't have to swallow, there we go. A little bit of nose blunt. Excuse me for that. I don't mean to be gross. It holds on pretty tight, man. It's a barn burner. Hey, anything anybody want to talk about? Let's do some talking. Maybe that'll help. Maybe not. I don't know. Whew.
How about you talk about some WWE or something?
I don't know. I'm asking the folks in the chat if there's anything we'd like to talk about.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, look at this sparling here. You know you need that milk. Oh, thanks a lot, Buster. I knew you were going to be on this, too. That's cool. Good that you're playing along, man.
Oh,
Yeah, getting the runny nose. What's funny is that I don't feel like I have to cough yet or anything. Like I said, you know, I didn't really smell something that was just overly pungent or whatever. And so it didn't seem like it was like overly dusted, I guess. You know, I'm not coughing. I will say this. I don't know how the Pyro Pitbull did. That's just crazy. That is just insane. 25 of them in 31 minutes. That's just nutsoid. I sat here and thought singing songs, but I think that's gonna work, man. It's here I'm looking. Excuse me. There it is, swallowing. Hold on. I'm gonna do something very vulgar. Okay, cool. That wasn't barf. It wasn't barf. That was that is one heck of a tortilla chip. That's big problems. Paul Magno of Mexico, my man. Chicagoan as well. Just popping in for a bit. Take the powder and rub your eyes. Show him who's boss. Yeah, no way, buddy. No way. That's why the pup brought me the wipes. Mr. Sparling would have been on the floor already. I'm telling you, I think it's not escalating like quickly, but it's building up. And here's the thing: I do not want to sniff in because the drain hurts. No. Brandon Robinson, 4 fires, 1 for each horseman. Yeah. Excuse me. Gotta spit real quick. Yeah. Nothing gutless about consuming this darn chip. I don't care if it was in for 30 seconds or 1 minute. You're awesome if you've done it. A little bit of tear duct action. I think we're working on an endorphin rush here. One chip, not 25. Got to watch around the eyes, the backs of my fingers to scratch if I have an itch. Probably wondering what's going on with the Y&T gear today. Normally wear my Superman cap wherever I go. My favorite band is Y&T. My girls got these for me as gifts. And they're my favorite band. I think it gives me that feel like I'm on a mean streak, like the song Mean Streak from the album Mean Streak. And I'm getting that Dave Menichetti energy, that I'm fighting this one. Because he recently is, he's winning his fight against cancer. Amazing musician, final original member of the band. This is for him too. Yesterday and today, 40 years. Boop, Y&T. So if anybody was wondering about that, and I know you weren't. Yeah, I don't know if you can see what's going on over here. The belt collection. Small but growing. I love professional wrestling. I like old school professional wrestling. We got a current WWE Championship belt here. My first girls got me that for my birthday. United States Champion. Father's Day gift that year. I love that version of the belt. NWA World Television Championship, most famously held by Arn Anderson, the enforcer of the Four Horsemen, which my girls got a cameo of this year, which was amazing. It's so amazing when one of your idols, dude that you just loved watching when you were a kid, says your name and wishes.
Someone wants to put it in the comments.
Yes, and I did. I also the girls got me an autographed photo of Dave Menichetti too. I still got to get a great frame for that because that's got to go up.
One of the comments are really funny.
We got my UWF Heavyweight Championship, very first major expansion championship for Bill Watts Mid-South. They didn't last too long, but I adore the organization. And one of the most well-known versions of the United States Championship. We saw guys like Magnum TA, Dusty Rhodes, Nikita Koloff hold that. It's a beautiful belt, man. Let's see. Mr. Magno, if you think it burns going in, wait until it comes out. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. This is becoming nothing. In fact, it's dying down. I don't know if it's the talking, but it's, And any of you who know me and personally have talked to poor Mr. Sparling, he knows I can get you on the hook for anywhere for 40 minutes to an hour. He's been there. Paul Magno, have you done this challenge? Have you done this one chip deal? This year or any year? I'd love to know if you did, because, yeah, this one, I think it's like, thank you, brother. Dude, you're one of my heroes too, man. Doing what you do for a living for us in America and your family, dude, you're awesome. You Iowan boys are just so cool, man. You guys are so hip and laid back, man. It's like you guys are way rad. Some of the kindest customers I've ever had. I'm talking to my man, Luke, Mr. Sparling, as I refer to him. He drives for PDI Hy-V. My Joe job is working data entry and security for a logistics company. And I see him often, and he does basically graveyard shift backhauls. He's one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. A great dude, funny, just a cool guy, and I love him to death. He's awesome. Let's see. Oh, no, they don't have the pop chips here. Plenty of picante everywhere, though. I stay with. Really? Picante? I love picante. That's good stuff, man. I'm sure it's nowhere near, but that's the thing. That's the flavor. And I'll get to that in a minute. I need an AWA belt. Which one? The big one that Rick Martel and Nick Bockwinkel held, or the one that Kurt Hennig and Jerry Lawler held? I prefer the former, the one that Stan Hansen ran over with a truck when they stripped him of the belt before, because he stayed in Japan. That I love that one. That one is the big one, exactly. I think that's part of the Ric Flair's old big gold, the NWA belt. I think that there had to have been aesthetically, but I still love the AWA one more. Talking about peppers, one of the reasons that I think my maximum heat pepper is the habanero is because there's just something just almost to it, and it just tastes so fresh. And it's a salt on the senses, man, but it's delicious. If you look back, far enough in my Instagram roll 5-6 years ago, we went to a couple's Halloween party, a couple friends of ours, Nicole and Tony. And Tony was making these hot wings, these buffalo wings, but he was doing it with homemade habanero sauce. He made this stuff. It was so bitchin'. And then, so I got a plate of these wings. I sat down and I'm eating these wings and I'm washing them down with it. It's like full habanero chasers. And so I got, as you see this wreckage on this plate in my Instagram. It's pretty rad. But to me, I've never been enamored by the thought of the higher Scoville peppers, because to me, that's where you compromise the true flavor, the tastiness of the pepper, because all of a sudden you got that heat. I think that's part of the joy of peppers. It's like they taste great, but they just happen to be hot. That's like the neighbor that comes along, or the sidekick that comes along. So when the sidekick becomes greater than the main hero, it just seems sort of pointless, And also they weaponize it and stuff like that. That's just crazy. There are people out there like these veggie and fruit scientists. They're all getting together on a Saturday night and cloning the living hell out of these peppers and going, what do you got? Oh yeah, mine's hotter than yours. I can just see that happening. It seems like there's egos and challenges involved. So, I mean, this right now, it's now 12:22 p.m. I probably talked up a blue streak for about maybe 10 minutes before I ate the doggone chip. And I'm way better right now. I'm way better. Brandon, I didn't know you played guitar, my guy. I got to jam sometime here in the future. Dude, that would be dope. That would be amazing. I've played instruments for a lot of years. I play harmonica. I've been able to play harmonica since I was 7. I learned how to start reading music and playing my first real stringed instrument, the double bass, the stand-up bass, bass fiddle. If you is, all is you ain't my baby, that type of thing. And I really got that idea from that. I really wanted to, I wanted that vibe, So when I was a kid, I joined this program at school called Experimental Strings, and it was basically for kids who wanted to play an instrument, and 2 reasons. Maybe mom and dad couldn't afford one outright, or they were afraid that their kid was going to go after a week. Screw this, I'm done with it. But it benefited me because I was taught to read music. And when you're one of the littlest guys in the room, with one of the biggest instruments in the room, it kind of cuts a funny image. One moment, excuse me. I'm really sorry about that. That was gross, but I had to clear that out. If I can't drink anything, I'm clearing that out. So as I got better at the bass, I transitioned to teaching myself how to play a bass guitar. And the bass guitar it's tuned differently. The radius on the fretboard is different, obviously smaller in scale. Plus, most bass guitars, of course, have frets on them, the fret wire across the neck. So that was a different thing. After that, I started teaching myself how to play a standard 6-string guitar, a non-bass, a regular guitar, like you would see like right over here, like my Gibson 335 replica. That's from Grote, a great company. So, as I went along, it just became easier. And being that I know how to play a stand-up bass, I can play a cello as well. So those things just kind of built up over time. And then I started collecting budget guitars, you see all of them from here, but I've got a couple of Fireflies here. This one top here, that's a thin line replica. I hate calling them copies or knockoffs. I call them replicas. I think it's more respectful to the instrument. This one's great. It's got that F-hole cutout. Got a couple of soap bar pickups. It's pretty rad. 2-tone, 2 volume knobs. switch, no pocket chip type thing up there. You know, it's double humbucker, configured like a Les Paul, but it's got a telly body and it's hollow, so it's so rad. This one here, same thing, hollow body Firefly. It's got a lipstick tube pickup, single coil bridge or single coil pickup in the bridge. So it's got the standard telly configuration, telecast configuration. So but it's got that hollow body, so you know, higher gain probably doesn't sound so rad on it. And typically with a hollow body, that's what you get. You got to play in a lower gain. So anything you guys want to talk about? We can't make it all about me and my petty survival. This isn't really survival. You know, doing things that important people do. That's survival, man. You know, this is nothing. I don't have to get punched in the face to make a living. You know, I spent plenty of time doing that in my misspent youth. But yeah, this is. I think I'm going to survive this. This is kind of crazy. I think I built myself up. I think greater than this because I was just telling my wife Tracy. I was just telling her the other day. I said, you know, I feel really confident about this and calm, and it was really kind of weird because you think most people who've seen these videos a certain level of trepidation. And I wonder, I certainly hope I didn't like take away any of the heat by, you know, biting down on the napkin. Maybe I did. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. You're not supposed to eat or drink though. It doesn't say anything like with a napkin. So yeah, so I don't know, maybe that helped. But to me it didn't even seem like that aggressive from the start. There was like a real peak, you know. So we're in valleys right now. And whoop, one of these things here. Let's see. Brandon, absolutely respectful to the instrument. I like how you put that. That Gibson looks good, man. Thank you again. But I reiterate, this actually isn't a Gibson. This is a Grote. It is a lower budget company based. I think. No, I got it. Thank you. This one here, it is a Gibson 335 replica. It's probably not in tune right now, so I'm not even going to bother. Yeah, it's not in tune. It's a pretty rad guitar. Like I said, 335 inspired. There are, of course, subtle differences. You know, it doesn't have the what is it? These are speed knobs. They've got like the other casino style dial knobs type thing. You know, your stop tailpiece and whatnot. Tune-o-matic type inspired bridge. Your PFs, I think. So yeah, this is Grote. These are very inexpensive. You can find these on Amazon. This one I think retailed right around $160. You know, so I got another one too. You like this one? This one's terrific. This is a full hollow body box guitar, jazz box guitar. Another one from the folks at Grote. See that right there? This is a very interesting floating tail piece right here. Trapeze bridge, pickup, regular dog ear pickup there. And these are more of the knobs that you would probably find on a legitimate Gibson. So this thing is cool. This thing is so fun to play, and it's so lightweight. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. Show you another one here. This one is super bitch. And I was just talking about one. This one here is a Kramer Beretta. And what they call candy blue. One volume knob. You handle all your tone business and whatnot through your amp, like the old Eddie Van Halen style. And I'm sure maybe some of that mentality come into play. You got one tilted humbucker. You have a basically a hardtail. I never use tremolo. Okay, I'm not a shredder. You got these block saddles so they don't nick up your hand when you're doing palm mutes. What do you got here? Just a regular standard neck. Pretty flat rigging out like a deep profile in the back. You can see right there. Kramer special. Kramer here. Dave Menichetti from Y&T plays a white one of these. And I remember the first time I saw him play this doggone Kramer Beretta. Dude, what's going on here? Where's your beat up Les Paul? And why are you not even playing guitar in half video when you're singing? It's just very disconcerting. So I'm going to put that back. No, I'm not drinking water or milk because I'm going off camera. If you're wondering, nobody's sneaking me anything.
Hey, Dad.
Yo.
And you said that that's called candy blue, right?
Yes, that was the, how they categorize that color. Sparkly, it's candy blue.
To me, it mostly looks like Sonic blue, like Sonic the Hedgehog.
I can see that. That sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
That sounds reasonable. Brandon's looking it up. Never heard of Groat, and that candy blue is nice as hell, man. You got quite the collection. I do. I do. I'm very privileged to have quite a collection. I'm even more blessed to have a wife who is way okay with this. We have our collection habits. As a historian, an independent historian, she's very fond of Aurora, Illinois. So you get a chance to check out her socials. Her website is tracyduran.com. She's got 3 actual Instagram pages in regard to the history of the city, discovering Aurora. The other one's, what was it, Leland Hotel?
Leland Hotel, Aurora, Illinois.
There we go, Leland Hotel, Aurora, Illinois, and then her regular personal profile, Tracy Duran, author.
Discovering Aurora.
I did say that, I think, yeah. Thank you, though. But we have our particular, the collections and the hobbies and habits that just pull us in. Mine is guitars and championship belts, and hers is yearbooks. And you got the phone books, and what else? You got?
I have over 100 East-West yearbooks.
Yeah, over 100 East Aurora and West Aurora yearbooks. So, like I said, we've got our things that we really dig, and it's just cool to be able to share these things with somebody who understands your passion for something, and vice versa. So, and speaking of which, talking about things like comic books and stuff like that, I got to share something real cool with you. And I mentioned something in regard, I think it was connected to one of my social media posts about this effort. I said I was going to share some things. I know I've told Mr. Spling about this. I've told other folks about this, but if you dig books and you dig getting a good, deal on books, there's a site called hamiltonbook.com. Hamilton, like Alexander Hamilton or the stage show, hamiltonbook.com. You basically sign up, make an account there like you would anything else, and you can get these books for like books, digital media. Physical media like, CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, stuff like that for like dirt cheap. One of my recent takes here. This was the most recent haul. You're going to love this stuff here. Where's my list? There it is. So what do we got here? George Carlin on Blu-ray, Life is Worth Losing, the HBO special. $4.95. First season of Star Trek Enterprise, Scott Bakula, Blu-ray, $7.95. The collector's edition of the 2004 remake of Dawn of the Dead. This is amazing. I love this. $14.95. I love this film. Love it. It's just dynamite. This here is $14.95 as well, Blu-ray. And something I've been watching on Netflix recently. I've watched the season or the 3 seasons a few times, and I love them to death. It's just so rewatchable to me because the first time I watched it, I was addicted. From Dusk Till Dawn, the series. This one right here, season 1, $5.95. You believe that? If you dig comic books, collected editions, special stuff like that, here's an example here. The art, Marvel Masterworks, the art of Humberto Ramos, Spider-Man. What was this? Manufactured, suggested retail price in the U.S. $19.99. I got Star Wars, Han Solo. Nice glossy square bound deal, $16.99 deal. This one $5.95. Just rad. I mean, all the sequential art, the rad. All-Star Batman, written by Scott Snyder, who had teamed with Greg Capullo for a while. Just a damn fine Batman creative team. When they took off right after the New 52 in DC started, that was the only New 52 book I read because that was just dynamite. The art, the story, and that's from 2 guys who didn't get along initially, but they're like best friends now. Scott Snyder, John Romita Jr., ink by Danny Miki, awesome guy. Enemy, $5.95. Oh, my pacemaker's going off. $16.99 retail price. $5.95. Marvel Man, Family's Finest. If y'all have never heard of Marvel Man, I mean, I get it. This guy was something he was inspired by the original Captain Marvel, who goes by Shazam these days. My favorite. He's always going to be Captain Me. There was this English version of the character named Marvel. He's now being, basically referred to as Miracle Man. Not super recently, but he had to be renamed Miracle Man, as did the Marvel Man family and whatnot. Like Kid Miracle Man and whatnot. Marvel Man, Family's Finest. This one. What is this one here? Oh, $34.90 for $34.99. Hardcover, right? This one was $9.95. And then I got a collected Marvel Mangaverse for my daughter. All these complete stories of the Mangaverse that Marvel published some years ago. That one was $11.95 out the door. Out the door. Hold on a second, kiddo. Let me set these down real quick.
Jeremy's on right now.
Couple things here. I think I got these like for $34.99, $34.99. I think I got these for like $10 a piece. Marvel Visionaries. We got Be There or Be Square, man. Shop the heck out of them. What's up, kiddo? Taking a kid break real quick. What's up?
What's our chicken nuggets? I did that as a joke. I'll do that.
Okay, give me the bump, baby. I'm not gonna give you a kiss, and I'm not gonna do because I gotta make sure I don't infect you. Okay. I want to infect them.
Hopefully you got it.
Let me see here. Who do we got here? We got Paul chimes in. Dawn of the Dead remake is a classic. There's no question about it. That is one of the that's one of my top 5 zombie movies of all time, because it took the inspiration obviously from George A. Romero, but it put it on its ear. It really did a 180 with it because, there were the inspirations. Obviously, you had the mall, you had the police officer, you had the pregnancy. One way or the other. I'm not giving away spoilers to you folks who haven't seen it 18 years later, but yeah. So anyway, and just the bummer ending, which was culminated with the crescendo of Down with the Sickness, by who does Down with the Sickness? Disturbed. Just oh my god, what a great movie. And and it had the right elements of humor, which was rad too. And it's funny too, because 1 year later, Shaun of the Dead came out. And just another zombie tour de force, if you will. That one was just nutsoid. Because it was a comedy, but boy howdy did those serious moments and those romantic moments and those tense moments were pure and they were genuine. Where they would just drop you, drop your heart out. Let me see, who do we got? Hey, there's Jeremy. What's up, my man? Jeremy says, I'm gonna say you crushed it too, man. I'm sorry. As long as you chewed up and swallowed that doggone hell shingle, yeah. I gotta tell you, and he says, I love Romero. Thank you. I do too, dude. It's like we got a lot of beers and watch zombie films, my man. Because I love drinking with Jeremy. I love this guy. He's my wife's cousin. He's just so cool. Just the nicest guy. I remember we ran into each other. We met up for the purposes of an art project at the grocery store. And we hung out there for like an hour and a half sampling beer. And it was some of the most fun I had. Because it was just, we're hanging out. This guy, I love this guy. Let's drink some beer and just talk, and enjoying it with somebody who just wasn't clanging it. There's a difference between certain beers, We were drinking like Sam Adams and, what is the other one? Shiner. We were having Shiner out of Texas. And it was just so cool, man. There you go, my man. I would hope you did. I had a ball that day. It was just cool hanging out with you and talking to the vendors. And the vendors, they take their stuff seriously, man. They take their spirits and their beer seriously. They're great. Paul says, oops, the little ones are calling me away. What are they, like gophers or something? Midgets? Chipmunks? Like Smurfs? Time to make slime. Oh, slime. What do we got here? After finishing tomorrow's scandalous notes for the Boxing Underground column, stay cool, my man. Fun Saturday. We got to grab a beef next time I'm in the Chicago area again. Talk zombies, Road Warriors, boxing, etc. Dude, you can. I'll tell you what. I'll meet you halfway. As a vegetarian for almost 2 years, I haven't touched an Italian beef. I have been eating like they're going out of style. The garden dogs from Portillo's. I'm telling you, man. Their third-party field roast put together something crazy, man. Those things, to me, a guy who's eating Chicago dogs are garden dogs. Because once you take one element out, you no longer have the Chicago style hot dog recipe. But yeah, those the garden dog, they're just dynamite. They're amazing. Just dragging through the garden, they taste the same, at least to me. But Bona Beef, I hear, has got a plant-based beef, and I'm dying to try it. Maybe it'll be as peppery as the regular beefs, you know. And they got like a veggie au jus, so it's like, man, I love the state of food science and the way that agriculture doing things in order to make life, you know, more fun for vegetarians. It's like 50 years ago, vegetarians didn't have this kind of variety. I mean, maybe even 25 years ago. We're lucky. I'm a lucky guy right now, man. So yeah, totally, man. Jeremy, that was tons of fun. Dude, that was tons of fun, my man. And I'm telling you, you combine some bitchin' beers and some zombie films, it's like, dude, I'm in. Might as well make it a film festival. I'll host the damn thing. Who we got? We got gravy bread. Gravy bread. I've never had gravy bread. Oh, is that just, or are you just talking like that's the OU, like, you know, fully dunked, man, baptized? Gravy bread? That's probably fully dunked like Italian bread, I would think. You know, like you take an Italian beef, because you can have it dry where you got no gravy, no au jus. What's the other one? Then there's dipped and it's baptized. But that sucker goes in the river, man. I'll eat the Italian beef for you, kind of. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that, dude. I'll buy the Italian beef, my man. Yeah, you can eat it for me. I'll take the plant-based stuff or the French fries. I'm cool. I never have complaints about being a vegetarian. I honestly don't, you know. Later, my man. See you. Peace be with you, Paul. Vaya con Dios, my man. Stay safe down there, man. Do good things. Make the good decisions, as Mitch Michaels likes to say. I don't know if you even know who Mitch Michaels is. He's a disc jockey. He's so cool. But he always says make the good ones. So, like, make the good decisions. Anybody watch any cool movies or anything? I just watched at work last night. Did I mention it was a soul-sucking third shift Joe job with a lame, lazy, good-for-nothing supervisor who's on his way out? All right, Blaine, I'm talking to you. I watched Moonfall last night. Wisdom and good decisions come from bad decisions. That is true. That's very true. Because you don't learn from them. I mean, that's the big benefit, man. Or you've got to be rewarded. You might not even learn something, but if it can give you some sort of reward, boom, there we go. Yeah, Moonfall last night. It stars Patrick Wilson from The Conjuring, Halle Berry, cameo by Donald Sutherland, Michael Pena, who's awesome in everything he does. And it was basically this story about this conspiracy theorist who was just kind of like, going outhouse crazy, trying to get the attention of NASA because he discovered that the moon's orbit was starting to decrease and it's out of its orbit. And it turns out that the moon was getting ready to crash into Earth, in a matter of 3 weeks. So sci-fi disaster movie. This sucker I read bombed at the box office, man. It did terrible numbers. I watched it on HBO Max last night. I was totally entertained. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was a great movie. I thought it was a great movie. That's the thing. It's like I want to do my best to say something positive about the art that I experience. This is why I don't say certain things suck. I don't say this movie sucks. I don't say that music sucks. I don't say that book sucks. I say I don't like that. Or if it's the case of the Karate Kid, I hate that. That's what basically where it comes down. Jeremy says I finally got around to watching Tusk not too long ago. They're talking about sequeling that film. Tusk? Yeah, Kevin Smith. Maybe Justin Long will come back in it. Haley Joel Osment. Maybe they can get him back in there. That should be interesting, dude. That's a crazy movie, and to think that it came from a made up story, I mean, like a made up, thing that was encouraged Kevin Smith's podcast. Turk was a stretch for you? Well, you know what? A lot of movies are. A Moonfall is a real stretch too. There's just a lot of movies where it's like, dude, I know this isn't happening, but you know how I rationalize this whole thing? I think of the multiversity, man. I think of like multiverse. What if the physics are slightly off? They don't always have to fall in line. What if they're all slightly off? You know, we can't explain what goes on in other universes, can we? I don't know. Maybe we can try. But movies, that's the beautiful thing about, one being a stretch or another one not being, because they run the gamut of entertainment, and that's what they're there for. They're there for stuff like, we watch stuff like sports or pro wrestling or, auto racing, which a lot of people consider a sport, or, we get caught up in some other entertainment. But anybody got anything else? Any questions? I know it's like we got a few people hanging around the lobby. It looks like we got 4 visitors, maybe. I just hope, some cats later. And, I know I'm coming off as a chatterbox, but it was a little bit difficult to talk at first. Now look at me. I'm rocking like I'm grandpa on the friggin' porch. And I wondered if, talking, and maybe talking did give me a distraction. Because I'm in no pain right now. It's 12:47 p.m. Central Time. And no pain. Nothing.
You have literally ate that a few minutes ago and you're still not feeling any pain?
Oh, no. I actually probably ate it about 37 minutes ago.
37? Oh my god.
Yeah, because when I started the video, it was 12 noon Central. And I rambled for a while. So to me, that doesn't count. That doesn't count toward, the time served or the end purchase. I'm not getting a rebate on that. So if I want to, go this challenge and be unstoppable, I pretty much got to sit here and hang out with you fine folks until 1:10 p.m. Central. Jeremy says, I totally agree. With the number of galaxies in the universe, there's got to be a Discworld. Dude, I mean, just the possibilities are possibilities. Because when you put it that way, that's exactly right. Think of our universe, which is comprised of, I don't know, millions, billions of galaxies, and each galaxy has God knows who solar systems. I mean, come on. We can't be the ones who won the lucky lottery in life, the triple L. That's kind of cool. I like that. The lucky lottery of life. I don't know. I think it's awfully selfish of us to think that we're the only here, and I do believe in God. I believe in God. I believe in creationism and evolution. It's like the Reese's peanut butter cup of life. That could be the Reese's peanut butter cup could be the Reese's peanut butter cup of life, I think. I think of it this way. I think God created things. God added the salt. Not like that Salt Bay dude. He didn't do that. God is way cooler than that guy. He planted the seed, so to speak, and then he let evolution 2 in 1, man. We can all get together. Speaking of getting together, that's another interesting thing, I think. I was thinking about this challenge before I started the challenge, and I was thinking, you know what, man? We've got so much separation. We got so much dissolution. We got so much discord, anger, people just going at each other. I think everybody, and we're talking like, rich people from one side to the other, whether you're right wing or left wing or centrist, libertarian, independent, it doesn't matter. Everybody's all busy fighting, going crazy. I think everybody needs to take the one chip challenge at the same time and have like the world's biggest Zoom call, man. Like in an arena where you got all these doggone, monitors. It's like, look at this guy, he's puking, or whatever. He's coughing up in a bucket. He just cheated and had some milk, and he pooped himself. I think that would solve a lot of problems, because now you've got everybody's coughing and they're hanging on to each other, and then they're laughing. They're probably laughing, and they're trying to like bet each other. I'll bet you $5. They're all freaking out and trying to see who's going to be the first person to quit. And hopefully most of them make it to an hour, but it's like an hour. I mean, really, we're looking at what do we got here? We got Jeremy says creationism and evolution should never disagree. Creationism explains who. Evolution explains how. Excuse me. Oh, hello. I had something stuck back there. It came back. Worldwide one chip challenge would be hilarious, and you may have a point, because think about it. Nobody's calling each other the next day, because either somebody's going to be way too triumphant or somebody's going to be way too embarrassed.
Are you you okay though?
No, I'm great. I'm great. Like I said, it was just like something was stuck there, I think, and it might have even been like the tiniest hint of a chip.
The tiniest part of the chip or one of the spiciness in your
Excuse
throat.
me. Oh, see, there we go. Hold on a second. Here's another update for you. You burp, the initial flavor of the chewed up chip comes to get you. It does. Because when you're chewing it, a whole lot of this is getting activated. And while you're chewing it, you're going, well, this isn't so bad. And then it separates within your mouth. Yeah, okay, no more blue. It separates in your mouth, and then it goes down your throat. That's when the havoc starts. I'm not dealing with anything like a stomachache right now, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to give you some full disclosure because I want to be honest with you folks. I need to be honest with you folks. Like I said, nothing up my sleeves. You've seen no mirrors, no cuts, no edits, and that stuff. Maybe a couple of hiccups in the live feed, but I got to be honest with you. I pre-gamed for this, and maybe this is something that is respective to folks who are going to be doing this. I had a nice glass of milk. I had some ibuprofen. I took a few ibuprofen. Right prior to that, I had 2 habanero jack cheese sticks. I really like those. Waiawega makes some good ones, man. You get them at Woodman's; they're amazing. So I had that. I didn't go crazy, bulk up, or whatever. 1 glass of milk, some ibuprofen, a couple cheese sticks, and I don't know. Maybe that created some sort of like buffer. Maybe. I just wanted to be honest. I didn't want just as long as I'm not eating or drinking anything afterwards. Paqui, real peppers, real heat. Oh, I'm chasing people away. Look, my lobby's emptying out. I was sitting there wondering, am I going to wind up having to like kill this? Oh, because I'm not going to have people listening. But I think I did all right.
Some people are already leaving the comments or something.
Well, yeah. No. Just as far as watching, I understand that they probably got things to do. And here I am like yammering for like almost a full hour. I don't blame them. I'd have left too. I really would have.
Seriously, in a few more minutes, you are going to be done with 1 hour, and maybe after the video, then we can give you some milk or something.
You know what? I'm gonna have. I think maybe Maybe I'll have a shot of milk, right? Just to stand there, and you know what? I'm gonna toast the milk. I'm gonna say, "Here's to you, milk," and the milk is gonna be in the glass, so that milk is not gonna have anything to toast me with. So I'm gonna be going here, just like it's imaginary in front of me, but I'm holding the toasty. I'm toasting the toasty, and it's in my hand toasting the toasty. That's pretty crazy, right? What do we got here? Jeremy says, I had some of the chips stuck in between teeth. Came out like half an hour after the burn ended. I've seen the teeth thing. No, he's right. I've seen some of the other people in the videos. They forget that they get the crumbs stuck in their teeth, and then they start burning the gums, and then they'll pop out, and then they either got to spit them out or swallow, and then they're like reliving a little bit of that heat.
That must have been very much painful.
It's probably irritating, like that little tiny bit that I told you that I just swallowed. That's no joke.
I can probably kind of imagine the screaming out the burning gums.
Let me see. It came out like half. Started to burn a bit again. Yeah, I ate a roast beef and protein sandwiches. How did that? You did before? Was that before, Jeremy? Before you ate the chip? Because that would have made a whole lot of sense. I think that would have made sense, especially if it's not like a giant sandwich. I think something like a gyro would have helped, right? Because I mean, I don't eat them anymore. But when I did, it's like you got the lamb, the sliced lamb. That tzatziki sauce, the cucumber stuff, and you got that the lamb is just a speck on the oily side, right? It's really delicious, and I'm sure that probably would have fought a lot of the influence. To be frank, I think there's a lot of people who've also complained about their gut, cramping up and stuff like that. I'm sure this has got to be different with everybody. See, that's another beautiful thing about us as humans. We're all different, man. We all react to things differently. We're all unique. God loves each one of us, for our, just because we're here. He's fascinated by us. So, yeah, man, one person is going to like barf and the next person is going to go for a jog, or talk a lot like me or whatever. So it's like, I don't want anybody. I saw what Angie said to you too, Jeremy, about how this thing crushed you. And I'm like, no, you ate that chip. He ate the chip. And that's respect, my man. When you're brave enough to do it, especially when there's the buildup. I mean, we're sitting there counting down. It's like a big sporting event. It's like I feel like I earned those belts now, you know. About 10 minutes before, yeah, that makes sense. I think I had the cheese sticks. Oh, probably about an hour and a half before. And then I had the ibuprofen, and I washed the ibuprofen down with the milk, and I had the milk probably right around 45 minutes before the challenge. And I sipped it slow. You know, it was I got 12 ounces, I think. The tzatziki would have helped, probably the cucumber too. Yeah, there's no doubt, man. You know, something like that, I think, in the aftermath of this would just be delicious. Now, somebody's got to hustle up a plant-based gyro for me. And those fools at Arby's, they got to stop pretending they're real gyros. I'm sure they're delicious, but Ving Rhames, you know, we got some meats and whatnot. You know, that was a great impersonation, right? They're portraying them. I mean, you got all these mom and pop diners with the big spinning meat thing there. You know, so and so's gyros. They're slicing it up. I think they'd take some umbrage with that statement. Gut was horrible for 10 hours. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. That's terrible. Now that's terrible. That you're. I mean, God, that's got to be a hellish feeling. Now, this is not to say that I'm out of the woods. I'm not talking about my gut, but we're talking about you know, departure time, caboose action. No, see, I don't know about this. This has all been journey into the unknown from step one to now. It's just crazy. I mean, how long have I been yammering on the area? 3 minutes until the hour of the program has elapsed, but I'll probably have about 13 more.
And you're not burning up.
Thanks. I didn't even sweat. I didn't sweat. That's crazy.
What?
Just your nose ring.
Yeah, my nose ran a little bit, and I had just a little bit of tearing from the tear ducts. But it's like you know what? And I got to tell you, there was a point in time when that peak happened where I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. Yeah, I didn't know. And then things just started dying down. When you were in the other room, honey. Oh wait, were you out here when I coughed?
Yeah.
And see, maybe I'm a little foggy right now.
You are literally doing so well.
Oh,
Thank you.
You saw the time when you and Tony did the contest of how many peppers do you eat?
Oh, I did touch on that a little bit actually, but it really was more of a count off sort of thing. I beat him. Like I said, that was just there's nothing but bones and grease and cinder, dust, old tires. I mean, aluminum siding blown off the houses in the neighborhood, just everywhere. And it was, I pummeled the guy. Yeah. This Bumperino.
You're doing such a good job, and I am very much surprised that you're not even sweating.
I will say this: I would never ask you to do this. I don't think kids should do this. They're don't touch because my hangers.
Sorry, I wanted to touch the box.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea. So I've been handling this.
Look, because as
I'm
you can
licking
see,
my fingers, so
as
everything
you guys,
seems to be cool.
As you guys can see, just to let you guys know, if you guys ever want to do this challenging very quickly and read the entire thing, because just to let you know, in one of the parts of the warning, you should keep this out of children's reach.
You heard it from the horse's mouth. The child's from the Pupperino, from the Babby Coyote. No, she's right. She read these to me the day I bought this doggone thing, and it's true. And there are people on YouTube who are doing this with their kids. Some of the kids really want to do it, but I'm just telling you, I just don't think it's. I don't think you should. There's a lot of kids who want to do a lot of things that grown-ups do, and they should not be doing them. It doesn't mean it's a good idea. All because you could doesn't mean you should.
Although, if the kids really want to do it, okay, I'm getting tongue twisted.
No, sorry, you saw the one. Remember the one where the little boy was mad and he was like in the cop uniform and he just had like a tiny bit of the corner and he wanted to keep doing this because his dad did it. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, and
It's cute.
He has some good calculating about that.
Well, he was very calculated about it because he wanted to, he wanted to join his dad. I think he thought that I don't want my dad to be alone on this one. But it was cool. It was a very cute one. So he was, and the kid just slugging milk like a champ. It was great. Oh, getting back my drink. I think after this thing's said and done, I'm gonna have myself a tall Sunny D with vodka, baby. That's become a Coyote Duran right there. That's become a Coyote Duran. Yeah.
Hey, Dad. Maybe when I'm done with the drawing that I'm doing right now, I can draw you with your mouth on fire, just speaking out of.
That'd be cool. They go like dragon fire.
It's just having your limbs waving around.
That would be, oh, dude, like noodles. Dude, like this. Yeah. Can you believe I got through this video, honey, without cursing once?
I mean, you did kind of say the B word a bit.
That's because you have a lot of.
Did I say the B word?
Yeah, I heard you.
No, it was bitching.
Bitchin'. Yeah, that's not a curse word. Bitchin' is kind of like a hippie slang for cool, man.
But that.
Yeah. But it's not that word, though. It's not that word.
I did not.
No.
I
It's
did
like
not-
it's like the word assume. It has the word ass in the front, but it doesn't mean anything. And I just said that we're talking also the hind end, perhaps it's a donkey. I'm not using it in the swear sense. Don't freak out there. Jeremy says those fools at Arby's better give me back my potato cakes. They don't have the cakes. They just have the fries and whatnot.
What?
I haven't had the potato cakes, so
What are those?
what are they potato? They're more like soft. It's hard to explain. Almost like a for crying out loud, maybe a mashed potato type cake. Maybe that's what it is. Capsaicin actually works as a feel good sort of thing. I agree, and that's why hold on. That's why they use it in pain reliever and stuff like that. And I'm also sure that's probably a lot of peppers in Szechuan cooking are, because with Szechuan cooking, one of the touted traits of the peppers that they use is that the more you eat, the more addicted you become. And they're right. Szechuan dishes, man. I love getting a plate of vegetables from the New China Inn here, and East China Inn. Excuse me, East China Inn on Oak and Randall. I apologize, guys. I love you guys. Best crew, such nice kids. Same with the Boca Burritos. But yeah, Szechuan style dishes. It's like there's something addictive about them, and I don't know if it's the peppers or the sauce, but it's crazy. 21 or older, I agree, Jeremy. I think that should be the case. This is a serious thing. I still do not know how at all this guy, the Pyro Pit Bull 825 in 31 minutes, dude, it's inhuman. It's inhuman. I don't get it. And I guess in previous challenges he's eaten like 60 and then like 45 or something. It was mind blowing. I think my cerebellum fused this listening, so I don't have an exact one. Coyote, say hi to your lady for me. I absolutely will, my man. That's Tracy's cousin is Jeremy. I consider him my cousin too. You know, it's his family. What are you gonna say there, Paparino? I apologize.
It says that you have been doing this for about 1 hour.
1 hour and 3 minutes. 1 hour, 3.5 minutes. So I have probably approximately 7 minutes left before I hit that full hour to being unstoppable.
Although
I mean, does this make me cool? I mean, does this make me a hip guy? I mean, does this really make me unstoppable, or is this all hyped up nonsense?
Oh, the dad?
East Side is making cool. And East China makes an amazing curry. Now, is that the one that's over in Batavia? Because we've been there before, and Trace like one of the dishes too. Yeah.
It's okay if I show them one of my art pieces.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, hold on. It's kind of hard.
You might want to dim it down a little bit.
Sorry.
Michaela is working in. You know what I'll do? Hold on. Let me kill this light real quick. Michaela's working in digital art. This is her tablet here. She does these manga inspired pieces. We'll share the next one.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Look, just best friends hanging out.
Oop.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah, she's got these 3 buddies, man. Look at that. That center one's up to nothing but trouble. And that third one right here, this one
What?
yeah,
No. What?
totally. Charlie Brown shirt, bro.
And look, here's one of them.
Here's another one. This one. These are just funny. Look at these 3. They just got all this stuff on their mind. This one over here is just really in thought.
It's a little close up.
This one's hungry. She's licking her lips. And then this one still won't give back Charlie Brown's shirt.
Oh, no. Do a close up. Do a close up.
I can't really because of the glare.
You can actually just do this.
Nope, because of the glare.
Oh, sorry.
It's not going to change the glare.
Also, are really goofing around.
Yep.
And hold on. Okay. Oh, here's one that I have been working on for about 48 hours.
48 hours this kid puts in. This is Cursed Cartoon and Happy Cartoon.
It's AFMAL version.
Look at this.
With another YouTube.
2 personalities in one body. cursed cartoon, happy cartoon.
Actually,
Two different environments in one.
It's just two different. Like it used to be happy, but then it turned all bad. And just to let you guys know, this is actually a character that. This is actually a character that is actually another YouTuber. You know, her name is Akmal.
Ah, yes. There we go.
And I'm going to be posting this on my Instagram in a few days.
Yeah, definitely. Yours is Michaela _the_artist_2010 on Instagram. So check that out there.
I thought it was Michaela the Artist 2010.
I know, but there are underscores between the words.
Oh.
So you just can't put that there because then they won't find you. You need the underscores.
Sorry.
Kind of complicated. Yes. There we go. Yeah, the one in Batavia. I thought so, Jeremy. Yeah. So I know there's 3 locations. We've been to that one before. I ordered from that one before on accident. And thank goodness it was Tracy was like blown away by the food. Keep it up. Yeah, thanks, man. Keep it up, pup. That Jeremy, or your cousin Jeremy, just said for you to keep it up, pup.
Called me a pup?
Yeah, because you're the pup. You're the pup.
I'm a little pup.
You're the Pupperonsky.
I love you.
I love you too, buddy.
And thanks for saying that.
Very cool. Why don't you go ahead and go around here, honey, and go ahead and sit down for a while.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. You don't have to apologize. So yeah, there we go. We got the digital art stylings of Michaela Duran over there, who just her work ethic is freaking nuts. Just the stuff that she does. You know where the inspiration comes from.
At least I
It's like
my time.
She's like a fusion artist. She's like inspired by YouTubers and YouTube celebrities, and then there's that combination of like Japanese manga and chibi, if you're familiar with chibi, that type of thing. So, she's experimenting with textures and shades and different color combinations and stuff like that. So that's pretty crazy. This has been something else. Like I said, I'm going to have myself a nice cocktail when I'm done with this. Oh, this is something that's going to blow your mind. It's Sunday. It's now 1:08 p.m. In the Central region, 2 p.m. Eastern, or 2:08 p.m. Eastern, and 11:08 in the Pacific and West Coast. I have been up since Friday. I did not go to sleep earlier yesterday or last night because we just had a whole lot going on throughout the day. We had things to do, so little time to do them. And I wound up going to work last night, and I am still awake. I am not just at, I guess, more of a rest disadvantage right now. And maybe that helped, too. Maybe that took away some of my sensory business, I don't know. Maybe I've been cheating the whole time. Maybe I'm not even really Coyote Duran. Did you think of that one? Maybe.
You are Coyote Duran.
Thank you. I know you know that, but I don't know if they know that you know that you know that they know that she knows that they know that you know that they know that.
What was that? Is that a repeating?
No, it wasn't at all. It was kind of like, I was juking and jiving, man.
That just scrambled my brain up.
A minute and 30 seconds. Oh yeah, thank you, my man. You got it. Thank you, Jeremy. We're at 109.2728. 1 minute and 30 seconds puts me at an hour. Wow, cool. Excellent. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't, absorb the time that I was gabbing at the beginning of the video. So, this is nuts, man. I did a lot better than I thought I was. See, I have to be frank. Like I said, I wasn't being cocky. I wasn't walking into this like Muhammad Ali or anybody who knew how to talk around a mic and cut some sort of crazy badass Brave Boy promo and whatnot. I just wanted to do it as best I could. When I'm sitting there thinking about my boy Guzman, going 20, and when things started kind of, peaking, when I was chewing and swallowing that chip and then it was dissipating, and then all the other things just started sparking out. That's when I wasn't real sure. I was right around the 17-minute mark. After a while, I'm thinking 17 minutes honorable. So yeah. Have I hit it yet, guys? I'm at 1 minute and 10 seconds and 32 seconds, 33. Am I done? Did I do all right? Because I guarantee once the camera goes off, I'm not going to be running some casually moseying over the kitchen to grab myself a nice cold beverage. You did amazing on it, boss. Definitely unstoppable. Thank you, man. Thank you. And like I said, man, I don't perceive this as any more brave or any braver, excuse me, rather, if I can use the proper vernacular, any braver than you because you've done it too. Anybody who's done it is badass, man, because it's an experience. There is a lot going on. There was stuff I expected that I didn't get, and stuff that I got that I didn't expect, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I didn't get the sweating. I did have to, you know, expectorate. I had a hockaloogie or 4. I had to cough just to kind of clear some areas out. Sniffles happened. I blew my nose. Didn't sweat. Didn't sweat. So, drink up. My man, you too. And let's do this together sometime soon, bro. Oh, yeah, a lot of the experience was simply the overwhelming sensations for me. There's no doubt about it. I think you're onto something. I think that the sensations actually are greater than the heat, and the heat's causing the sensations because all of a sudden it becomes, why does this taste this way? And where is this intensity coming from? Like I said, it felt like it was like a bed of nails pushing down on my tongue, not like slapping them or stabbing them, but just like really sharp nails just going down gradually. And then the pain factor was heightening gradually. So it's like, yeah, it's just experience. I think at this point right now, knowing what I know about this and knowing that I guess if this is something of a milestone, I might just try it again next year, depending, I'll do my thing. I'll look and see what other people are doing, their reactions. I might pregame similar, I might talk off your ear, so like I was doing tonight. So we're at 1 minute. We're almost pushing 1 minute and 13. So with that in mind, I'm going to bid all y'all adieu. Thank you for those who joined us. Thank you for those who commented. Jeremy, Sparling, my beautiful wife, Kayla for jumping in and sharing her talent. Let me see, who else do we got here? Brandon Robinson, awesome to see you, my man. Definitely Mr. Sparling. I hope you got a kick out of this. Man, I made it, brother. I didn't get a drink. Everything is cool. Jeremy, if you do it next year, I'll join you. You're on. Nice. You're on. We are on, my man. Family affair in this regard. 2 1-on-1, 2 together. We got this, man. Tag team champions of these tortilla chips. All right, folks. It was great to have you on board. Thank you so much for keeping me busy, keeping me amused. Kayla, you want to say bye to these fine folks at home?
Yeah.
Come on.
See you later, everyone. So that to be funny.
Happy Sunday. Enjoy your day. Be careful out there.